Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at correctfemalecode.com. Alright, so there's something that's been very, very elusive for the modern male. It's something that you want, it's something that you have worked for your entire life, and yet it somehow seems to slip out of your grasp. And it's the very thing that will get you everything. And without this one thing, you can't have anything, and you're going to be very, very frustrated because a lot of you work really, really, really hard. Without this, it doesn't matter how hard you work. And all of you are going in the wrong direction, and that's why this seems to constantly slip through your grasp. You work and you work and you're dedicated. Some of you are unbelievably dedicated, and yet you're looking around going, this is only if you're going to be completely honest with yourself, and you're going to have to say, I'm not getting what I want. Is there a secret to it? Is it hidden from you? Absolutely. Tony Robbins has it, but he doesn't teach it. He's either doing it on accident unconsciously, or he doesn't want to teach it to anybody. Instead, and this is why I think it's unconscious for Tony, he's doing what you're doing. He's teaching you external stuff, and this is why you can't get what you really want to get everything that you want. And whatever you apply this to is what you're going to get. Now, I'm trained in everything that Tony Robbins is trained in. I'm an NLP trainer. Tony actually stopped at the practitioner level, okay? There's 3 more levels above that. Here's my point. So what Tony does is he teaches you all these external tools. And here's the deal. They are really, really cool. They are phenomenal. I use them every day. I use them all the time. But I absolutely struggled my entire life because I wasn't doing this one thing. And where I learned it wasn't where you think I would learn it from. Buddhist monks were trying to teach it to me. People like Uncle George Naopi in Hawaii, literally the big kahuna, was trying to teach it to me. In fact, all these people were teaching it to me, but I really didn't get it until I applied it to this. I was that guy that worked his ass off. I was a straight A student. I was a state champion of boxing, ranked #1 in the nation in kickboxing, captain of the nationally ranked football team, and on and on and on. I competed in college. I was the stud. I was the guy. But other than that, I didn't really get what I wanted out of life. And I struggled in every area of my life. And I mean all of it, from women to money to my social life to every single thing in life. It was just nothing was happening. It was barely, the wheel was barely turning. What I'm about to tell you is going to be like, wait, what? What's that? And that's the problem. You don't even know what it is. It is so foreign, so odd, so strange, and so weird that you're like, huh? And you overlook it. Now, when I say strange, weird, odd, and foreign, I only mean to you as a man, as a male. It's strange to men, but to women, they live this way every day of their lives. The only other people who do this are the very top people of every field. So about 7%, they say, of men actually understand what this is and how to use this. That's why they're at the top. So where I applied it, where I began to learn it, was an area that I had a lot of drive, a lot of desire, and that was, to be honest with you, picking up on women. Why? Because I had one of the worst breakups you can imagine, and the one before that, so that was an 8-year relationship. The one before that in high school was a 4-year relationship where she just ripped my heart out. And I was just struggling, like I didn't understand like what the hell was going on. Once I understood what it was I was doing and why suddenly things turned around, I realized I can use this in sales and every other, even my social life, just going out in public and socializing. Break the matrix. What I'm talking about is internal awareness. You gain your power by looking within. That's what Jesus and Buddha both said. They said to look within. Now, I've read that for years. It went right over my head for decades. Here's the really weird thing about it. A lot of different teachings, a lot of different areas teach this. They talk about it, but they don't even know what they're talking about. They hear these, these like Buddhist monks say stuff or whatever, even psychology professors, but even the psychology professors that are talking about it, they clearly don't even know what they're talking about. Alright, here, let me explain. So it absolutely is in the yin and the yang symbol. This is what it's talking about. Now, I've heard about this. I studied with the monks and meditated for many, many years. It had no idea that I didn't even know that I didn't even know. I remember not only Buddhist monks, but other teachers would just get frustrated with me, like, no, that's not exactly what I'm saying. I thought I knew, but I literally didn't know that I didn't even have a clue that I didn't even have a clue. Why am I saying this? Is because this has been spoken to you. It's been taught to you. You've read it. You've seen it in movies. Not just this symbol, but the overall theme and idea of what this actually is in many different forms. I'm going to give you another thing that I learned in psychology right now. It's the same thing, but it's completely different words and language. Now, I don't mean different language, but it's like spoken differently. So here we are saying the same thing, the internal versus external locus of control. Now, here's a very logical way to talk about something that's not logical. And that's the problem. I learned this in college a long time ago. And I remember just even thinking back then, like, okay, what the hell is this? Like, I had a basic idea of what they meant. But there was two things. Number one, I really didn't understand. I mean, I did. I passed the test. I got the answer correct. But also, number two, nobody, not even psychologists, will say, and here's how you change it. Because they think you're either born this way or you're not. And sometimes people change 30, 40 years down the road. They don't know why. They don't know how. They don't know what. They're completely oblivious and clueless. And I teach this to my clients on a daily basis. I've been doing this for 30 years now. I'm shifting people from the external to the internal because that's literally how you connect to your power. Your power is inside. And this form of power will get you the girl. It'll get you social respect. It'll get you social friends. It'll get you more money. It'll increase your sales. It will shift everything. I had all the tools. I had a lot of experience in being a leader in the military, in sports. I had experience doing all kinds of things. I was an NLP trainer, master hypnotherapist. I studied psychology in school. I had worked a million different jobs. I had a ton of life experience, and yet I struggled in every area of my life until I learned how to shift this inside. Now here's the psychology way of stating it. So on the right side it says external. They blame external forces for their own circumstances. They tend to blame other people. They tend to try to fix things by making other people to change or do something different. And that is powerlessness, and that's what you're doing. The male brain is the external brain. The female brain, the right brain, is the internal brain. This is why you kind of look at women like, I remember when I was a kid, this girl walked up to the teacher and said, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do my homework for the next couple of days because me and my family are going to go on vacation. I'm thinking, okay, so how does this? And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, what the hell? Like, so she's going to go on a vacation and get the benefit of also not doing her homework? Like, wait, what? So I remember I tried to put, and I remember asking her, she goes, well, I go, well, how come he did that for you? That's not fair. And she goes, well, I just asked him. And so I remember going, oh, so that's all you have to do? So when I walked up and did it, he goes, no. He goes, no, I'm not going to let you get out of doing your homework. I struggled for years. I am telling you, this applied to every area. And all of a sudden now, people help me at the grocery stores. I get free things. Women pick up on me. See, when you shift this, women will come to you, and that's the way it was always meant to be. This is a Mother Nature design in the female system. If you're chasing her, if you're going after her, you are doing it wrong. She might date you, she might go out with you, but she's going to be jerking you around and dating 10 other guys. If she has to come after you, she's going to be working hard to get you and keep you. I'll give you the answer right now. I mean, I'm not even trying to hide it from you. In fact, it hasn't been hidden from you, but you don't understand it. It's internal awareness. Okay, fine. We'll say it the Western-minded psychology way. Internal locus of control. Does that mean anything to you? Didn't mean anything to me. Until I began doing these exercises and practicing these techniques to bring my awareness inside. Now, it's not an overnight fix. You have to practice. You have to work at it. But let me tell you something. It's worth every ounce of energy you put into it. So here's the deal. When you're in your external brain, the external brain is in the box thinking. So you can only believe things when someone externally tells you what to believe. So you read it in a book, you go to a class. Okay, well, they told me. The right brain is experiencing things for yourself. It's literally the 5 senses: see, hear, feel, smell, and taste brain. It's the 3-dimensional brain. This is when you're the one feeling it. You're the one running the path. You're the one doing the test. You're the one going out into the wilderness and discovering this new metal or this new whatever. You get to see it, hear it, feel it, smell it, and taste it for yourself. Whereas when you go to a class, listen to a teacher or maybe your dad, well, they're telling you what to think and they're telling you what to believe. And it's not because you believe it. It's because, well, this is what I was told. So it's called blind faith. What I'm talking about has nothing to do with blind or with faith. It has to do with absolutely knowing, because you did it and experienced it firsthand. So let's read the left side, internal. They believe they are in control and they take responsibility for their own actions. Alright, this one's probably better. Read what it says. The person on the right, on the left, this is an external locus of control. In other words, your control is out there. This is the way they think. Things happen to me. I mean, why bother? There's nothing I can do about my future, because you feel powerless. Why is it always me? So these people, the way they try to control their emotions in their life is by controlling people outside of them. Now you're putting your control and your power out there. And that makes you feel powerless inside. The person on the right, they take actions inside. See, these are the people that determine their future. They're saying things like, I'm going to give this a go. Why not? I make things happen. This is an internal locus of control. Alright, think of it like this. People that are external, they're constantly trying to control other people, the way they act, the way they talk, the way they do things, the way they dress. These people are completely powerless. But see, they're trying to give themselves a feeling of they're trying to control their emotions inside by controlling other people's emotions outside. Hey, don't be that way. Don't feel, hey, stop laughing. Hey, don't be so happy. See, in their mind, if I can control people around me, therefore I'm in control. But you're never in control that way, like ever. So what I'm going to do with you is bring that control back inside you, and now you are in control of you. And that is what women are attracted to. See, a lot of guys will come to you and say, hey, how do I make her like me? No, see, you just threw your power out there. You threw your locus of control or your external power out there. Now you're powerless. Now she can jerk you around. And trust me, when you have the external locus of control or you're an external being, it's like you're putting this energy out there like a rope that they can grab onto and they start jerking your head around. And women do not respect this at all. And most men, we're talking 93% of the men on the planet, are external. The entire course, Crack the Female Code, is all about bringing you back inside. It is a conditioning course. It takes work. We will do exercise after exercise. We'll shift to other exercises, and we will continue this until you start to get really good at being internal and what's called being solid and grounded. And this is what women are very, very attracted to. Now, this is the art that I've mastered. I remember taking courses that I was spending thousands of dollars on, and they were teaching us some of these techniques, and I did them for weeks and even months. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really getting this. Like, I don't understand, because nobody really broke it down, and not only that, but physically did it with me over and over until it clicked in my head, and it physically clicked in my emotions and my feelings, and then I got it. And I'll tell you why it took so long for me to have a clue what they were even trying to teach me. It's because nobody took the time and the effort and really put into it. And this is what it's going to take for you to do. Because I tell you what, I can teach these techniques to you and you're going to get bored in a week or two. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. And you go, how come Mike's always getting the girls? Why are women always chasing Mike? Because this is what women want. Now, here's the deal. My goal during the course is for you to get it a few times here and there so your consciousness can go, oh, I see what we're doing. Because if you don't open that door and get into that space of what I'm talking about, these are just going to be a bunch of blank techniques, and you'll be like, yeah, okay, whatever, Mike says to do these exercises. But you won't really get it until you open that door and walk inside. And then when you have that experience, you can be like, okay, I understand it now. And that's how I began to understand what this was and why it was so powerful. It literally became an obsession with me to develop this to where I could go out in public and still be in this space while talking to a woman. Because whenever I did it, the few times that it worked, like, women would just like open up. They would lean forward, they'd reach out and they would touch me, they would walk to me, and I was like, well, this is really, and I would get their numbers, I'd go on dates, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. But then I would pop out of it, so then I'd have to do the exercise to get back inside. But once you have that experience a few times, you are going to understand why it's so valuable. And not only that, but you're going to finally understand what the hell Jesus and Buddha and all these people have been talking about, whether you call it the yin and yang, internal awareness, internal locus of control, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Once you get it, it'll click. Now, for this, I highly recommend you buy my book, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, because this is all about this internal awareness. It's a really hard thing to explain to the male brain. It's really better and more effective when you learn how to do it. Now, if you don't want to take the course, Crack the Female Code, because it is an expensive course, I can teach this to you in one-on-one coaching, focusing just on the internal awareness stuff. This is about a third of the course, and it's going to take practice. Number one, you really do need to read the book Crack the Female Code, and then follow that up with Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, because it talks about this internal awareness. And I teach it in a way, and I believe I give a couple of exercises to give you a really strong idea of what it is and to get you moving and going down the road in the book Get the Girl, Keep the Girl. So what's going to happen when you take the course Crack the Female Code? There's going to be a pop. You are going to open up and expand in a way that you've never done before, and you're going to look around and go, whoa, and it's going to feel really, you're going to feel mellow. All anxiety goes away. You're going to be like, it's like clarity. It's like your entire like brain pops wide open and expands for miles and miles around you. Alright, so that's it for this video. That book is on sale right now for about $20 if you just want to buy Get the Girl, Keep the Girl. Again, I highly recommend you read Crack the Female Code. That is the main thing for my book. The Get the Girl, Keep the Girl is really a support book for that book. So when you take the course, you are flying down the road already. Alright guys, click subscribe, click the like button, make a comment, and remember, go ahead and buy those books. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.